Hello, it's Jen Morgano from Card and Mum by Jen Morgano. Thanks for joining me today. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Long Island, New York. And today we are going to make a card using the Places in the Heart stamp set. A few weeks ago I was placing an order and I was just flipping through the annual catalog because you miss a lot, right? There's so much awesomeness. You can't possibly absorb everything. Well, guess what? I totally skipped over this. I absolutely love stamp sets that you can use for new moms, welcoming to babies, you use those a lot. So I saw this, it's great. You have a mom holding a baby, you have a mom with an older child, and I really like this sentiment. When a child is born, so is a mother. And then there are places in your heart you didn't even know exist until you have a child. And this is true. I also joke that there are curse words you didn't know until you have a child. I keep those. I use my inside voice, and I don't mean quiet. I just keep it in. But I did have an occasion recently where an acquaintance's daughter, a friend's daughter, not an acquaintance, had a little baby girl, and I said, "Ooh, I'm using this stamp set." And wouldn't you know it, I mailed it before I could make this video. So you're going to see the final product when we're done. So we're going to be using this stamp set. Going to be using some vellum. Our card base is going to be smoky slate, and it's going to be 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 5 1/2. I'm going to give it a good once over with the bone folder. And then I have a piece of the Subtles DSP, the 6x6 pack that has all the colors, and I'm going to use the plaid side of the petal pink, and I cut it to the same size as the card front. So it's going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's going to cover the whole thing up. Okay. So our main image is going to be the mama holding the baby. And what I wanted to do for something different, it's a technique I've seen used and I've never tried it, is to stamp on vellum and then to color on the other side. So I use my Memento ink. I ink that up. And this piece of vellum is 2 1/2 by 4. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp it down. Okay, and you have a somewhat subtle image, but it's there. This stamp set's really nice with its detail. Now, because you stamped on vellum, it's going to still be a little wet, so I wouldn't suggest flipping it over and coloring right away because it might smush around and blur your image. I went over mine with the heat tool. I don't like to do that sometimes, only for the reason that sometimes I get careless, and I get little char marks on my vellum. I swear, I'm like part puppy, a squirrel. So what I did, and what you can do, is just stamp it and let it sit. So I stamped this about half hour ago. It's dry now. Now the technique I'm talking about, I'm going to use blends for. So I have a few different blends. I have a Flirty Flamingo, the dark and the light. Then I have some of our newer skin tone blends that had come out in the spring. So I'm using SU 300, SU 100, and SU 900. I'm going to use 900 for the skin tones on the baby and the mom, the dark brown for the mama's hair, the light brown for the baby's hair, dark Flirty Flamingo for the mama's shirt, and light Flirty Flamingo for the babes. Okay, so take that image, you flip it over, let's color away. I feel like everybody's having babies lately. Isn't that a good thing? Some happy, smiling, toothless little boogers running around, huh? Of course I say that because I'm in... Oh, I missed Mama's neck. I gotta go back in there. My little guy is gonna be 3 in November. I can't believe that. What a terror, okay? He has those dimples for a reason. He just has to flash them, and then I'm like, okay, everything's fine. And for those of you that have met young Maximus, you can attest to the fact that those dimples are pretty disarming. finish off with some light Flirty Flamingo for the little baby's outfit. My friend's daughter had a little baby girl. Cutie, cutie, cutie. Okay, so that's that. And then when you flip it over, it's just a very subtle color, and I love it. Okay, the next part of the card that we're going to make is using this When a Child is Born, So is a Mother. I took a scrap of Smoky Slate, which is also our card base, and I used Basic Gray. Stamp there. And yes, I used my favorite Stylish Shapes. Oh no, where did it go? It's disappeared. Oh well, I'll find it, I hope. So I'm using the third largest circle to cut that out, which I've already done, so don't despair. And then I used the second largest banner of the short banners with a scrap of Petal Pink. And there you go with that. So let's put it all together. Glue, there we go. So I'll start by gluing my DSP down on my card front. Now for vellum, I like to use glue dots, and I'll put it behind this colored image so you don't see it. Okay, so just very easy. I'll do one, I'll do two. You will kind of see it slightly because okay, I just put that over here. Okay, that's not so bad. Actually, it looks pretty hidden, those glue dots. We will oh boy, add a little glue or whatever adhesive you like. If you're a whoops, seal person, you can do that. Okay, I'm just going to glue that to the middle. Add some dimensionals. Just right here. Pretty easy, right? And if you want to get super fancy, or just a little bit fancy, you could add some embellishments. I use these heart pearls on the card that I sent out. So I will use a silver one, a clear one, and I like a little guy over here. Okay, just add a little love to that card, welcoming that new baby girl. And if you want to do something on the inside, there you can use that great sentiment about there's places in your heart that you didn't know existed. So you could just take that same Basic Gray, stamp it in the center, and I'm never one to leave those corners open, so we can take our Petal Pink ink, oh, that rhymes, just kind of stamp off, you know, nothing too by the book. I swear when I see stamps like this in a set, they know Jen needs to put something in the corner of her card, and then we can just do the insert there. Okay. There you go. Just a sweet little welcome baby girl. Congratulations on becoming a mama card. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like what you saw. If you do, please subscribe below. Click that red button. I will put a link to all the products that I used in the description, and you can go over and check out my blog, www.cardandmom.com, for other projects. Have a great day.